There's got to be a better way to make chicken feed out of peas and wheat. Hi everyone, welcome back. This one is dealing with chicken feed. On a farm you have a lot of wheat, and of course we have some peas, and so we could be feeding that to the chickens, but we need a way to process these peas this size and also break up the wheat into grit that chickens can eat. Well, I went online to look to see if you could buy a grinder, or they call a hammer mill, which essentially is blades hitting seeds and shattering them so that they're broken apart and easier for the animal to eat and digest. I couldn't find anything online that was cheap enough or small enough, especially a hammer mill, and I thought, you know, I could probably build one of those. I went to the iron pile, grabbed a bunch of iron. We had some heavy duty sheet metal, and I started to build. I built the hopper to hold the wheat. As you can see down in here, I have a gate here that shuts off the flow so that you can clean out this chamber. What drives it is a 2-horse, 220 single phase motor. And I went online and I said, well, yeah, I can build the blades to shatter the grain, but what separates the bigger parts from the smaller parts of the seed? And so I needed some kind of a mesh, and I thought, well, I could drill a whole bunch of holes in a piece of flat iron and shape it and allow that to run through. Well, I found that there is such thing as a metal mesh, and so I got some off eBay, and what I have here is, as you can see, it's a metal mesh, and you can get different size openings. And so I ordered some, and it came, and then I started building this. The blade assembly in this chamber here, there's 8 blades total. The back and front plate are welded solid, and then in the middle there's 4 more blades that are on shafts, and they can flex. And so the idea of that is, what happens if a piece of stone or something comes in and hits these blades? It'll kick it to the inside of the blade, and then or the outside disc. But in the middle, each one of these blades is on that, like I said, the shaft, and it can flex in case it happens to hit something solid. So this motor turns at 1700 and roughly 50 RPM. And as the grain's falling down through the gate here, entering into this chamber, of course this plate cover is on this face, and so they just keep being hit by all these blades, knocked around, and when they become the right size, they fall through this mesh, and then we end up with grit for the chickens. And so I can take our own wheat, 25% peas in the mixture. I have some additive that I throw in there that has some minerals, vitamins and stuff, so I can make my own chicken feed for the chickens. It seems a little bit crude because I thought, well, if it works, then I can go ahead, build a better, nicer looking one, but you know, it works great. Not much use reinventing this old wheel. So I've used it quite a bit now for about 2 years. And I'm going to show you the process. I'll have to take it outside. What we do, pouring the grain in, it's running, and then the results. Okay, I'm going to just turn it on before I put the cover on, just to kind of give you the idea of what it looks like when it's hammering. I turn the switch on. As you can see, it's turning in there. All the grain will go around, and it just keeps being beat until finally it gets small enough to fall in into the perforated areas. And so you'll see those flexible ones on the inside that can, if it hits something solid, it can flex. We'll get this tightened up. I'll dump the feed in, and we'll see We'll see how it works. So I've got spring wheat and then also peas from this year. So, and then I've got a little bit of additive here. Just some minerals, vitamins and stuff I'll throw in to enhance the feed. What I use is 3 buckets to 1. So 3 buckets of wheat to 1 bucket of peas, and it seems like the chickens are doing very well. Let me pour it in. All right, I think we're ready. We'll let this go for about a half hour. It'll probably take about that long to run through all that through, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at it. All right, okay, so we got the first 4 buckets done. Here's what it looks like. I'm gonna go dump this in the feeder and probably finish grinding up the next bunch, and then I'm good for probably good 3 weeks or so. Yeah, it's great having a shop with a bunch of tools that you can fabricate and be a little creative. So, all right. Appreciate you guys following. Thanks. Catch you later.